I want to talk about something that came out a few days ago about Power Rangers. Now, I'm a huge Power Ranger fan. I watched them when I was a kid. I don't keep up to date as much as I used to in terms of the shows, but I'm a huge fan of the IP, and I love the 2017 film that came out. But it's just a shame that financially it didn't do that well and kill the kind of franchise they were trying to set up. But some exciting news came out if you're a Power Rangers fan. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, it's just for kids nowadays. How can I be interested in it? Well, after this report, you're going to be very, very excited. Now, comicbook.com broke it down very nicely, and I want to go through this article. Power Rangers Cinematic Universe and movies going to Netflix. Entertainment One's Power Rangers are going to Netflix after Hasbro subsidiary E1 set Jonathan Entwistle, the showrunner for End of the Fucking World, and I'm not okay with this, to shepherd a Power Rangers cinematic universe of connected film and television adaptations. Entwistle confirms Hasbro's Power Rangers cinematic universe is coming to Netflix. Deadline broke the news that Netflix will be the home of E1's television's planned Power Rangers expansion of multiple series and movies, including Entwistle's already announced 1990s set feature film reboot previously set up at Paramount Pictures. Since we set up Power Rangers with Jonathan, we pitched really a whole world approach. Michael Lombardo, E1's president of global television, told Deadline. It's not just one show, it is shows, followed by films, some kid programming. We have found a great writing partner for him. They are off, knock on wood. Netflix is excited, we're excited, we hope to have some news soon. Reacting to the news, Entwistle tweeted Monday, I guess the cat's out of the bag. The new Power Rangers universe is coming to Netflix. Jonathan has an incredible creative vision for this iconic and hugely successful franchise and is hands down the right architect to join us as we reimagine the television and film worlds of this property. Lombardo and E1's film president Nick Maher said in a joint statement announcing Entwistle's deal to oversee Power Rangers last October. Across our slate, we are looking forward to working with the most talented storytellers as we take on Hasbro's rich fan-favorite brands and build entertainment universes around them. Entwistle at the time called the platform Crossing Pact an unbelievable opportunity to deliver new Power Rangers to both new and existing generations of awaiting and enduring fans. We'll bring the spirit of the Onlodge into the future, harnessing the action and storytelling that made this brand a success. In a February 2020 interview with Comic Book, Entwistle revealed his rebooted Power Rangers movie would be definitely along the lines of what I'm known for. Darker is not necessarily the angle End of the Fucking World creator told us. I feel like that's been done in the Power Rangers universe before. So what's my thoughts on this? I'm pretty excited because if the next Power Rangers movie went out to theaters and it didn't do well like the last one, then the franchise is kind of dead. Then they would go back to just having the safe shows on Nickelodeon or whatever and just, cater to those kids and make it cheesy and stuff like that and never take risks with the project because they tried that in 2017 and never fully worked out. But now Power Rangers has a new home and now it's going to be on Netflix, which is very, very exciting because Netflix shows do pretty well. I think Power Rangers could do pretty well as well if it's darker. Now, I think it will be darker. It said some kid program. It didn't say all of it was going to be for kids. So we're going to get some mature Power Rangers content, movies, shows, stuff for kids as well. But it's going to be different for everybody. And that's really, really exciting because I think there's huge potential with the Power Rangers franchise in terms of telling a darker story. It doesn't have to be depressing or anything. It just be kind of serious like the 2017 was. So, look, I love the show he created, End of the Fucking World. Fantastic show. And I think it'll be something like that. He says it's going to be like that in terms of his tone and what he's done before. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. I think Netflix is actually the perfect home for this because the risk and the failure is just completely gone down because of Netflix, because Netflix is pretty much everywhere and it will reach global audiences of all ages and it will cater to somebody. So I think that this cinematic universe of Power Rangers will live on for many years because it's on Netflix. And if it was a theatrical approach, then it would be very risky and more of a chance of it failing. So I'm excited to see what they do. It looks like they actually have a plan for what they're trying to do. So that's fantastic. And they'll have to create their own original content for Power Rangers because before we used to go to Japan or somewhere like that for the action sequences, the scenes of them in the suits, fighting the monsters. Now they'll have to fully create that themselves. And I'm interested to see the 1990s set movie because it's supposed to be a reboot. And I think it's supposed to be taking inspiration from Back to the Future. Now, I do wonder if the original cast is canon to any of these stories or if it's all connected. Now, if we're using time travel, it would be pretty cool to go back and see one or two of these Power Rangers. Of course, the Yellow Ranger isn't alive anymore, sadly, but, you know, Jason David Frank would be awesome to see in this universe as a mentor or as an older Power Ranger, and maybe he can get something made at Netflix as well because he's got fantastic ideas, darker stories for the Power Ranger universe. So I would love to see him come back in some form. I think there's a way to do it, so I would definitely love to see that happen. But yeah, this is fantastic news. I'm excited to see where it goes, and it looks like they have a plan. There's going to be something for us older Power Ranger fans. I grew up on this shit. I love this shit so much. So now that there's going to be mature content for me to sit down and watch, I'm pretty excited for that. But guys, what's your thoughts? Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I want to hear what you have to think of this Power Rangers reboot, mature look at this universe at Netflix. The best home for it. Let me know below.